Hi, I'm Sherisa and I channel Archangel Michael.
And I'm Andrea, your host who asks all the questions.
And this is Divine Mic Drop.
Yes.
So today we're going to do something a little different. Andrea doesn't know what topic I want to bring up.
Okay, so I'm
Um,
I'm in the I'm as clueless as you all are. It's all new
so
to me.
So when I had some friends over for the Lions Portal, we decided to buy some lottery tickets to check them and see if we could win. And well, Andrea knows, but others, Michael has said you're luckier than average. So play doesn't mean you're going to win, but you're luckier than average. So after everyone left, found these lotteries that are dominoes, and I was like, "Oh, tap on the dominoes." So I was doing it, and I took them off, and I swear I won or thought I won $30,000. Enough that I looked at it over and I looked at it over and I looked at it over. And then it was like by that time, 1 in the morning. So there was no one to text or anything like that. And so I was like trying to figure it out and all this. And I was looking at it and I was trying to feel excited and I thought I had won, but internally I was like, huh. And then I thought, oh, maybe I'm so spiritually evolved that I'm past this and all that. So then I finally got myself to bed and then I woke up the next day and then I looked at it and I realized that though the domino matched, it was inverted and you have to have it in the right direction, not just. So I did not win. I won $50. Still very, very happy, doubled my money. But what I'm super curious about is I knew I hadn't won even when I was looking at it and thought I had won. And so I was like, am I so tapped in that I'm knowing the truth, even overriding my brain? Because
Right.
I'm pretty sure I would have been more excited than that. It's almost like I was trying to get excited for it. And so I was just like really curious. Like, do you understand the
I
question?
totally understand the question and I appreciate this. I think this is really interesting because I think a lot of us are very, very connected to the intuition and all of that, but we've just been so brain focused, mind focused that we override it. And then there are these moments where it happens, where how did I know that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because when I discovered that I had not made the 30,000, I did feel disappointed. So this just wasn't a level of involvement where I've gotten past wanting money. But then I think about like inside of my marriage, I intuitively knew things were off, but academically everything always looked fine. And
Mhm.
so it got me just really curious about how do we listen to that side of ourselves? How do we know what we're feeling is true, even when our brain is telling us something completely different?
I love that. Okay, great. Let's ask him about that. This is a question about knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, great.
And hey, Michael, hit me up with some 30,000. I'll
And
take it.
where's the money? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Also, what are the lotto numbers? Okay.
Okay. Oh, yes, yes, yes. One more and she'll get the 30. No, no, we are kidding. We are kidding. We do not do magic eight ball. We do not predict all of that, but we are happy to be talking about this as a conversation because much of what you see on the planet is what you are believing with your brain. And when you start to believe with your heart, you will read much of your environment very differently. So this is a really good opportunity or a good way to start peeking in to that. And her marriage is an example of that. But all of us in our lives have something when we walk the planet to be able to notice. I know this, even though I'm reading all of this, and this is what it's saying to be true. When you're doing that, that is sort of like your higher self trying to push through enough to be able to give you a heads up. It's that connection to your higher self. And you can know that we're going to close her eyes because she tries to listen when she's trying to also. You just have to wait for the video, honey. Just wait. Oh. So your heart knows the truth of all things, and it is your heart that is connecting in with your own higher self. And in moments where that peeks through, where that starts to peek through, when your brain is telling you one thing, your heart is saying the other, it's the perfect opportunity to clear your pathway to your higher self. So if that evening at the Lion's Portal, when she felt that, I'm like, she's reading it and she thinks she has it, but she's hearing in her heart, no, it's not true. If she had paused at that moment and said, higher self, Archangel Michael, spirit guides, help me clear my path to my higher self and know the truth, that ask in, we can help broaden that. And then the information can come through to you. And she would have then said, let me Google and make sure the domino has to be in the right same order at that moment instead of having to wait until the next day.
Hmm.
The dominoes, the lottery does not matter. It is what if she was in her marriage and she was getting that dissonant feeling. I am seeing all of this, but I am feeling this. What if she had paused at that moment in time and really asked for that clearing? She would have heard he's sleeping around.
Mhm.
But she couldn't hear that because she did not pause. And she just said, no, these are the things that my brain has told me. And he said this and he said that. And I should trust him and all the things her brain has said instead of truly listening to her heart. She could have shaved off a good 5 years.
Whew.
So
Yeah.
that's what's available when you feel that dissonance. You're right on the edge of being able to know your own truth, ask for the help, ask for it to open up, and then from that place do the fact checking. We aren't saying just listen to your heart and not let your brain catch up, but listen to your heart and help create that bridge for your brain and your heart to integrate, and then you'll know you've got the truth.
And when you're in that position where, and I can imagine that whoever's listening to this right now would relate in some way. We've all had that happen before, where we go, wait a minute, something's telling me something different, and I wouldn't be able to articulate it. I know I might be seen crazy, but I know something's either off or on. We've all experienced it.
Yeah.
Um, and when that happens, and you're thinking to yourself what you just said, something's either off or on, but it's different than what I'm seeing, and you call for that clearing and you get that download. What you just described was an in the moment information pertaining to the moment, but could you also use that moment to open that channel, generally speaking, meaning, oh, I'm in this moment where my heart and my mind are off or on, and I'm just going to sort of sit here for a second. Does that then make it open going forward?
If you call in and ask for the clearing, if you
Mm-hmm.
ignore it, then you're kind of just you missed your moment and you kind of go back to what you're doing, which is probably just fine
Mm-hmm.
because people awaken to their own truth in their own time. But we are here to help people wake up to their own wisdom. We are not here to tell them what the wisdom is. We
Right.
want to wake people up to be able to listen to their own self so their self can guide them.
Right.
And to us, there's no better opportunity than that. And when your heart and your mind are dissonant from each other, you know your higher self is coming through enough to say, hey, look here. And
Uh-huh.
so if they're coming through, and if that higher self's coming through enough to be able to do that, you know that that connection, the hook is there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
use that opportunity to be able to spread open that channel
Mm-hmm.
so that you can get that hook more on a regular basis.
I love that. That's awesome. And then recently, Sherisa and I both have been doing this thing where we might be either falling asleep or waking up, or maybe even something else. But lately, she and I both have been doing falling asleep, waking up. We've been just kind of calling it in, saying like, I call in my higher self to be more fully present in my physical self.
Yeah.
I was curious. There are moments where I'm saying that, repeating that. How, how effective is that in terms of inviting it in without like an enormous amount of fanfare or even feeling? I'm just saying it. I'm just sort of saying, like, just so everybody knows, I'd really appreciate more of you in this, like, and sort of wondering, really? Like, is this really even, I feel like I'm just sort of
Yeah.
chatting out loud, but what do you say about that?
So we're liking this question. So let's go back to when she scratched off her scratchers. She saw the domino that she thought definitely meant $30,000, and it was just inverted, right? So the numbers matched, but it was in the wrong order. And so her brain is saying, "You won, you won." she's not feeling that she won,
Mm,
right?
mhm.
So that's sort of similar. She's not having any great feeling or anything. So that's sort of similar when you're just saying, hey, come clear this. So in that moment, she's like, well, what do I do? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to say yes, yes, thank you, more, please. So she said, yes, thank you, more, please. Still couldn't feel it because it wasn't really happening. And her heart was trying to tell her, girl, this is not it, right? So when you're laying in bed and you're not feeling it and you just say it, it's like the channel opens like this. It's sort of like, girl, you're not getting the 30,000,
Right.
right? But when you take even the smallest moment, take a deep breath, pull gratitude in your heart because you are excited that you have the spirit realm with you, and you let it flood through a little bit more. Now you're doing the same thing as let's clear this and let's bring it in. So, yeah, lip service is not going to do the same, but we don't want to dissuade people from doing it lightheartedly because that's how you get to the point where you're doing it more passionately. And if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I'm not going to do it because I'm not really feeling it, you're really just judging yourself.
Right.
So go for it. And if you don't, and there are times where she does it regularly, and there are other times when she hits the head on the pillow and she's like, I don't have it in me. And she will do more, but y'all know I like you, right? That's about all she's got.
Yeah.
That's okay. There's no judgment. It's all love.
Yeah.
But when you take the time to really use the feeling to open the channel, dramatic changes can happen, and it's worth the effort.
Okay, now I just want to see if these two ideas connect or not. Okay, they may not, but we're talking about opening up the channel and asking for what you want and and all that kind of stuff. And you had said to me something in the past about sometimes what's sort of keeping it in the future is that you're seeing this thing that you're going to get someday in the future. So I think what you said was, bring it into your now. And
Yeah.
so recently I was sort of doing that thing where I was thinking about, well, what would you like and how would you like it? And that was the thought I had. I thought, well, what about now?
Yeah.
What about right now? And what I did was I sort of noticed the immediate environment having some of the qualities that I was asking for a future version. So I don't know if these two ideas connect, but can you speak about connecting with this higher self and consequently, I guess, the expanded now, and in that moment, feeling the frequencies of these things that are actually existing they're just not really in your physical reality because you're not seeing them with your heart. Am I making any sense at all?
You are, and you're tapping on some very advanced concepts. So this may be maybe part two of this series, but
Okay.
but inside of the expanded now, there is a reality where this human won the 30,000 and did not win the 30,000. Both of those realities exist at exactly the same moment. And so when you try to change the reality that did not win the 30,000 to become the other reality, you always keep it in the future. Maybe it'll happen next time. Maybe it'll happen next time. But if instead you lean into the reality you want, so I want the reality that has $30,000. So actually, she's got
Yeah.
$30,000, right? So lean into what is, and then you lean over into the reality where those things flow to you easily because you're now living in that reality. The money is easy, but it's the same. She is still working on healing all of her joint pain. A lot of her back pain is all gone. The cramps are gone. She's thriving, but she still has a little bit of joint pain. And we've told her you can clean this up too. But she doesn't have joint pain 24/7. So you have a reality. Do you lean into the reality where you're experiencing the joint pain, or do you lean into the reality where 90% of the day you don't have any joint pain, and then eventually that 10% gets cleaned up because you're living inside that reality. You're
Wow.
understanding?
Yep.
So you're on the edge of a teeter-totter again, and you're just leaning over to the side that's unconditional love. It's the same concept, but you're doing it on topic specific.
Uh-huh.
You're seeing?
Yeah.
So if you try to fix the joint pain over here, you will always keep the joint pain slightly fixed in the future. If you lean this way, where actually 90% of the time I don't have any joint pain. And actually, I feel pretty darn good right now. And actually, I know I have the ability to manifest and clear anything that I want. And joint pain, what joint pain? You're seeing it just, but in truth, in the expanded now, you are literally standing on the edge of two different realities. Both exist. You're choosing which one you want to play in.
Okay, that's pretty huge. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we say it is an advanced concept. And it is a challenge to try and practice something like that when you're brand new to this type of world
Right.
and you still have a lot of judgments. And if you watch the earlier video about the ocean, if you have a lot of muck in your ocean, or if your aura is mucked up with a lot of self-hatred and self-judgment, and then you try and stand on these realities, it's not going to work. You have to have a certain degree of cleared and connected to be able to then play with leaps between realities.
Okay, so maybe the video that we did before in the same outfits, just so everybody knows how to find it, could be where you would begin and use that for some time until you're feeling sure-footed in that and your ocean is clear, and then maybe come back to this one and start
Yes.
talking about choosing a reality that both choosing between two realities that are both completely valid realities.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
yeah,
There
okay.
is a reality where this human is still married to her ex-husband. And so that's why to understand how all of it works can be fun if you're intellectually stimulated by that way, but it's completely unnecessary because all you really have to do is tap on the domino of self-love. The more you tap on the domino of self love, the more you offer yourself unconditional love, the more you will see judgments and clear them because judgments are dissonant with unconditional love. And the more you tap on that, then your higher self will come through more and you will naturally know the next step. So if all of this feels too complex, just go back to tap, tap, tap. And that doesn't mean you're doing the basics or the minimum. There are days when this human goes through her day, and at the end of the day, all she has left in her is to tap, tap, tap. And that's enough.
Amazing. Okay, really helpful. Thank you.
Yes.
You're very good at your job.
I have two great human partners here. Yes, yes.
Thank you. I was just going to say, now do me, but you did. Okay, thank you. Thank you,
We are
Mike.
we are good.
I think we're good. Yes, unless you, I always like to say, do you have anything else to add? I always like to say that.
We feel like we did that with the tap, tap, tap. So
Then
much love.
much love.
Much love.
Much love. Okay.
He went to the double realities. I wondered if he was going to go there. You
Not help.
you you took him there though.
Not helpful. Not helpful. Let's go back to the inverted domino. Let's keep it simple, stupid. Okay. Okay.
All right, we'll see everybody.
Thank you.